Hello and welcome to how to build a demo of why metadata rules and folders drool in SharePoint 2007. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create two different libraries. One is organized using folders, the other will be organized using metadata. Then you can use this demo to explain to your users and show your users why metadata is so much more flexible than their old folder structure that they're used to. So let's get started. From the Site Actions menu, I'm going to choose Create, and we're going to create a new document library. The name is going to be Animal Folders. That's just to make it easier to understand. Notice no spaces between the words. Yes, I am going to display this on the quick launch. And no, I'm not going to set up versioning. Click Create, and now we have our library. First thing I'm going to do is go into the settings to change the name to have a space so it doesn't freak out my users. Title, description, and navigation. Put in the space, hopefully in the correct location. There we are. Save that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is create our metadata library. So again, going to Site Actions, Create. Under Library, select Document Libraries, Animal, Metadata. Making sure there's no space between the words in your names allows you to ensure that you don't end up with a %20 in your URL. That's using 3 spaces in your URL just to have a space. By doing it this way, the URL won't have a %20 in it, and we can still make the name user-friendly by going to Settings, under General Settings, Title, Description, and Navigation, putting in a space and clicking Save. Now we're in the Animal Metadata library. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the columns we'll need to organize the pictures of our animals by tagging. So we click Create Column, and the first column is going to be Animal. And we're going to make this a choice column. Remember, if we use choices, it makes it easier for our users to fill in the correct information. So we'll put cat, dog, horse, rodents. I'm not going to leave a default choice because it could be any one of those. Click OK. Our new column is added. Next, we're going to add a size column. How big is the animal? Again, we're going to use choices, and we'll put small, medium, large. Again, I'm not leaving a default value, nor am I allowing my users to fill in their own choice, because then I'll get things like itty bitty, and that's not going to help us with our grouping or sorting. Next, I'm going to choose to create a column called Color. Now this column is going to be different than the others. Even though it is a choice column, we are going to allow our users to select multiple colors. Why? Because a dog can be more than one color, so can a cat, so can a horse, and so can a rodent. So we'll go ahead and we'll put in colors here: black, white, brown, blue, tan, yellow. You get the idea. Again, I'm not going to leave any particular choice as the default. Click OK. Now we have our metadata. So let's go back to the folder library and create our folder structure. Now instead of going into Settings and going into Document Library Settings and creating our folders, we can do that straight from the New Item drop-down. So here, we're going to choose New Folder. We're going to make this the Dog folder. And within the Dog folder, we're going to have small, medium, and large. And within the small folder. We're going to add a color folder. This will be black. This will be white. Tan. Blue. Yellow. Now, we would need to do that for every size folder. Also, when we go back up to the top of the library, we would then need to redo that entire process for cat. So here we have a cat folder, and in here again, we would create these small, medium, and large. I'm not going to go through all that because I think we would all fall asleep watching me create folders. Now your next step would be uploading the data into both of these libraries. Now, when you're creating this demo, I would strongly recommend that you create it in a central location that everybody within the organization can use. That way, you don't have to recreate this same demo 57 times. Just have one location, email out the links, and allow people to use it. Now, we're going to fill in our metadata or upload the animals to the correct folder. So again, here in the animal folder, if I go into the dog folder, I would drill all the way down to the folder that I want the image to go into, and then I would choose upload the documents. I'm going to say that this one is black. This one has quite a bit of black in it. And I'll click open, click OK. It's uploading it, and now it's done. Now, the issue that you saw with those images is the dogs weren't completely black. So then your question becomes, do I then also add them to the tan folder? Now we have duplicate information in several locations. This is never a good idea, especially if you're using documents. So you would complete uploading for each one of your main folders, drilling down into each section, into each color, and uploading the documents. Next, we'd go into our animal metadata, and here's a trick when you are actually getting ready to upload these. Go into your settings, document library settings, and set the default for animal and size to whatever animal that you're uploading. So here what I would do is I would grab dog, set it as the default value, click OK, and let's say I'm going to do small dogs first. And this way, the only metadata that you're going to have to fill out is the color. So this just makes it a lot quicker when you're uploading the information. So now I'm going to choose Upload Multiple Documents. Browse out, go to the pictures, go into our animals, here are our dogs, and currently we're just doing small dogs. Well, this looks like a Yorkie. I'll pick that one. It's a pretty big looking Boston Terrier. That looks like a Chihuahua, King Charles Spaniel. Those are pretty small. Oh, look at that, a little Chinese Chun. Oh, and another Yorkie. So we'll put those all into the small dog group. And they're all uploaded. So notice the metadata is already filled out. The last piece that we need to do is the color. So you can go into each one, and you can edit the properties, and you can choose this Yorkie is yellow and brown and black. Okay. And now the colors appear. Keep doing this for each group, going into the settings, document library settings, and changing your defaults. This makes it much faster to upload the actual images. Remember, when you're done uploading, delete your defaults. This is just a good practice. Once you get all of your images uploaded and in the metadata library and in your folder library, then it's time to demo for your users. And what you're going to do is to take them to the folder library first. This is what they're used to. Ask them to find all the small gray cats and let them do the clicking. Actually, let's say small black dogs. So they go into dog, they go into small, they go into black. Oh, look, here are all the small black dogs. That's fabulous. Next, take them over to the animal metadata and say, find all the small black dogs. Now, they're probably going to be leafing through all of this data. Show them that they can click on the header and they can choose the value from here, that they can also choose the value from this header, and then, pardon me, if they go into Edit in Datasheet, they'll be able to filter and sort by whatever color they want here. Then take them back to the animal folder and ask them to find all of the, let's say, brown animals. We're going to do a brochure and the color scheme is brown, white, and black. So we want all the brown animals. After you've had all your folders created and everything uploaded into their individual folders, now it becomes a little bit more challenging and a little more tedious to find all, we'll choose tan, of the tan animals. So they could go into Datasheet View and find all of the animals that have brown in this color column. That's quick and easy. The other thing that they could do is they could create a view and call it brown. And they don't even have to have full control on the site. They can create a personal view to fit their needs. Scrolling down to the filter section, they're going to choose show items only when color contains brown. And we scroll down and click OK. And look at that. It will show all the animals that have brown in here. Now, very quickly, I'm going to go into the settings and I'm going to set the default for animal to be cat. And I'll set the size to be small. Well, we'll choose medium. There we go. Quickly upload some cats. And we'll choose this cat, this cat, this cat, and that's enough cats. Upload them. Now you'll notice that we have cats and dogs living together, the world in utter chaos. But let me show you two more views that we can create that will make it easier for the user to find what they're looking for in the way that they want to find it. So we're going to create another standard view. We're going to call this by animal. And now, instead of filtering and sorting, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and we're going to expand this group by option. And we're going to choose group by animal. And click OK. Now, when we come back, look, we've got all of our cats together, all of our dogs together. We can then explore all the dogs, or we can explore the cats. Now, maybe we're not trying to find them by animal. What if we're trying to find them by size? We create another view. Create a standard view. Let's name this by size. Go down to Group By again and choose Size. And we'll group by size. Look at that. Would you like to see your small animals or your medium animals? By demoing this to your users, you're not asking them to believe you that metadata is more flexible than the folder structure. You're actually showing them that metadata is more flexible than the folder structure. By doing this, your users are going to be more apt to actually fill in the metadata that you're asking for. Also, I would suggest that you don't call it metadata because it freaks out your users. I would call it describing the document, describing the image. And that will make it so much easier. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. You have a great day.